Welcome to our fourth installment of this Tom Greene and Adam Dustin EPL saga. I like it. I like that.
I like it too. I like it. It's got a good sound to it. It's got a good sound to it.
So we've pretty much covered our league, which is the EPL. And if you missed it, well, I call it the EPL, not the BPL. It just doesn't have a ring to it. BPL.
Barclays Premier League,
Yeah.
English Premier League.
EPL.
English just rolls off the tongue like
Yes.
English muffin.
It's not BPL on NBC Sports. It's EPL on NBC.
I don't even know what Barclays is, to be honest.
So it's an investment firm, but still, English Premier League.
All right, now we got to do a little description. We're going to be talking about the Champions League. Okay.
Which pits pretty much all the top four teams from every country in Europe. Go ahead.
And before the tournament starts, there's like almost a mini tournament beforehand to decide other teams that can, so that clubs from really small, like Ireland has the Airtricity League, and so the winner of that league will play in like basically a playoff style tournament to get into the actual Champions League group stages, which are handled just like the World Cup. You have groups with 4 clubs in them, and they all play each other. But unlike the World Cup, where they only play each other once, they play each other twice. And this tournament goes.
I think the World Cup they should play each other twice. It would make it a lot more interesting.
It'd be fun, but the World Cup would be too long. They could never do it. But that would be interesting. This tournament's played out through like the entire year. It's not like a tournament for a month. It's for the whole year. So you'll play. Manchester United will play Liverpool on Saturday, and then like Tuesday or Wednesday, Liverpool will play Barcelona, and Manchester United will play Real Madrid or whatever in the Champions League.
Which really helped Liverpool last year, and I think it's going to help Manchester United.
Very well.
That Liverpool did not have to worry about.
We didn't have to worry about Champions League, so they weren't as tired for the league. So how it works is at the end of the English Premier League season, the top 4 teams get into, the top 3 teams automatically qualify for the group stage.
Which last year that was Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea?
And Chelsea. So those 3 teams automatically qualified for the group stage of the Champions League tournament.
Which is based off of blind draw, just like FIFA.
Exactly. The 4th team the team that finished 4th last year was Arsenal. Now they're kind of in, and most of the time it's automatic, but they have to play a little squad to qualify for a group stage. So the only danger is if they only play one match. So if they play this little team and Arsenal doesn't show up and this other team does, and they upset Arsenal, Arsenal's out.
Mm-hmm.
But more than likely, because they know how much money, there's a lot of money that you can get for going to the Champions League tournament. And every single round that you advance, you get more and more money, and it's a big deal. So Arsenal's probably going to show up, destroy this team, and then go to the Champions League group stages.
I remember when Harry Redknapp was managing. He was pretty much my favorite manager because
a lot of people love him. He's back with QPR this year.
Because I thought in 50 years he looked like me. And I have a picture of him up in my room. And I remember when Spurs made the Champions League and they were the 4th place team, and I actually watched the game against BSC Young Boys that they beat them 4-1, I think it was.
Now Champions League also is referred to as the European Cup. Basically it's a tournament that's designed to have all the best clubs in Europe play each other. So this is a tournament, this is the time where teams like Liverpool and Manchester United can play clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juventus.
The Bundesliga.
Or
Milan,
Italy, Germany, Spain, England, all the best clubs in Europe come together and play.
I like saying Bundesliga. It just rolls off the thing.
And
the Bundesliga.
The theme songs of the German teams are ridiculous. They are just like Bayern Munich's theme is like something that's like a bad pop song, like some music, some like bad 80s song, a little bit of like country, and then like almost like a video game theme. I mean, it's terrible, but it's wonderful to listen to. But this tournament's a big one, and this year the favorites are going to be the same. I mean, the best club in the world, I think people still kind of think is Bayern Munich, although I think Real Madrid because they're younger, and they've signed all these amazing players again, and they still might bring in another big-time guy. But I think Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are the favorites. Barcelona is always a great team, and they brought in Luis Suarez this year. There's Radicic.
Although if you know me, I don't like FC Barcelona.
Really, I think they have maybe the best uniforms though. They have great uniforms, especially last year's. They were awesome. But I enjoy.
Although I will say that PK is a very lucky man.
Yeah, that's PK is a defender for FC Barcelona, and he is dating or married to
Shakira.
Yeah, so yeah, he's kind of a lucky guy. Although it doesn't matter who you choose. I mean, Lionel Messi, his wife is like, holy cow, you know. Real Madrid is home to, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo and now Gareth Bale. On top of that, James Rodriguez, who was the big star for Colombia in this last World Cup, and a French star named Greene Benzema, and of course they're now going after Radamel Falcao from Monaco, and he's an amazing striker. Liverpool was hoping to get him, but he wants to stay or go to Spain. But anyway, this is gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be. Who do you have going to the Champions League from England? Who's your top four?
My top four
Not in order.
I was going to say not in particular order. I'm gonna say Chelsea, Liverpool, and both Manchesters.
Okay, I'm going to say Manchester City has a down year. I like what Arsenal did, getting Alexis Sanchez. I think they're going to be a fresher team this year. I think Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm going to go with Manchester United as well, and I can't ignore Chelsea. I think Chelsea's they're too deep. But I think Man City's going to have an off year. I think they're going to.
You can't ignore Jose Mourinho.
Nah, I mean, sometimes I absolutely love his thing, and sometimes I hate it. He's a little bit like Bill Belichick, but no, I think that's a strong top four. But I'm going to take Arsenal over Manchester City. I think Manchester City has an off year, so
we'll check how that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, I would love to think that Liverpool can win the Champions League, but I just don't think they have a lot of really awesome quality young guys, but they haven't developed enough yet.
They haven't had the experience.
They haven't had the experience.
Just like how Rory McIlroy choked on Sunday at the Masters. He learned from that, and now he's won the last two majors.
Exactly. So I'm not
That's a reason how come, and I hate to say it, that's a reason why Liverpool choked at the end. Was they weren't experienced enough.
I would say it fell apart just because a guy slipped. I wouldn't say they choked either. I mean, that wasn't really choking. I mean, it was a fluke thing that happened. And sure, Crystal Palace, they choked in the Crystal Palace match, but it was over then anyway. Manchester City won out. But yeah, in terms of experience, you're right on. I think the winner is going. It's really hard to repeat as the Champions League winner. Last year, Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid. Basically, the last second, wasn't it like injury time? They tied it or something like that.
It was the 88th minute they tied it.
Yeah, and then they
won in extra time.
It was ridiculous, but Real Madrid
was pissed.
Pretty much. It heartbreak. I'm glad I wasn't a Madrid fan. And Atletico also won La Liga, so winning La Liga and Champions League. So I'm gonna say though, I think Real Madrid is going to win La Liga, but I think Barcelona is actually going to take the Champions League this year because I think it's hard to win both and it's hard to repeat. I think Barca, because they had kind of a down year last year, I think I like Barcelona to actually win the whole thing. That's going to be my pick. I don't think they're the strongest team, but I think they're going to do it. I think Messi's going to be ready to go. Neymar is going to be, and now they have Luis Suarez. So I'm going to go with Barcelona to win the whole thing.
That sounds to be an intriguing pick because of the addition of Suarez and everybody coming off of injury. I'm going to say Bayern over Barcelona.
Okay. It's hard to go against those German boys, but
It's the Bundesliga. I know I like saying that, but the Bundesliga is pretty much Bayern and Borussia Dortmund doing everything they can to try to beat them, but they can't.
Yeah, well, although they've kind of owned Munich recently. They beat them in a cup game the other day, and so they've kind of been the Achilles heel. But they haven't done it with the other clubs to actually like win the league as much. Although they did win the league, I think, a couple times recently. But yeah, Bayern Munich's definitely the evil like New York Yankees of Germany and probably in a way of Europe. But of course, so is Real Madrid and Barcelona because they just buy everybody. So not honorable clubs like Liverpool and well. Manchester United either. They buy a lot of people too. But Liverpool's the only honorable club out there. I salute you, Liverpool. So Munich, Barcelona, Champions League winners. We'll find out in about 9 months.
Alrighty. Is that all?
That's all.
Alrighty, that is our EPL and UCL saga. We hope you enjoyed this installment of our...
Well, no, we still have to pick the EPL winners.
Oh.
We haven't done that yet.
We have another segment. I guess we do have another segment.
We have to argue. We have to argue for a few minutes about who's going to win the British Premier League.
The English Premier League.
If you're going to say BPL, I'm going to say British Premier League. British Premier League.
So that is next in our saga.